On May the 31st, in Ein Karem, Brother Francesco Patton, Custos of the Holy Land, presided over the Eucharist on the feast of the Visitation of Mary, Most Holy, to her cousin Elizabeth. The Magnificat is sung, where the humble girl of Nazareth, mother of all peoples, with her act of perfect faith, the Custos said, helps us to trust God. Here the friars guard the memory of the places and serve the living stones of the body of the Lord, which are Christians, but also all those who suffer unjustly.
Cantiamo questo cantico profetico nella certezza che Dio continua a spiegare.
We sing this prophetic song in the certainty that God continues to deploy the power of his arm to manifest his mercy, but also to disperse the proud who think they have unconditional power, unrestricted and unaccountable to anyone. God continues to overthrow the powerful from their thrones and raise up the lowly even in our day. God continues to act within human history and continues to stand on the side of those who are oppressed, on the side of those who are considered losers, on the side of those who are discarded and trampled.
Dalla parte di coloro che vengono scartati e calpestati.
Showcasing the richness of the Magnificat, the Canticle of Mary, the Custos of the Holy Land delivered a powerful homily that touched and illuminated so many crucial issues of our time.
È un cantico profetico e quindi Maria interpreta la storia alla luce della...
It is a prophetic canticle, and so Mary interprets history in the light of faith, in the light of what God has already worked in history. And for a world like the one we live in, not simply here in the Holy Land, but globally today. There are so many wars. There are 70 open hotbeds of war. The situations of injustice in so many countries are scandalous. Here, this canticle gives us hope. The canticle reminds us that if we look at history in faith, and if we are people who really read the present in the light of what God has already worked, and of what God has promised, we can be neither pessimistic, nor sad, nor discouraged, but rather we can walk with hope and transmit hope, which I believe is something fundamental today.
Qualcosa di fondamentale oggi.
Meeting between Elizabeth and Maria is so important because we all have to meet each other, we all have the light and the love inside of us.
E ha creduto anche al segno che le era stato offerto dall'angelo che le aveva detto tua cugina Elisabetta che era sterile.
And she also believed the sign offered to her by the angel who told her, your cousin Elizabeth, who was barren, was old, is already in the 6th month. She is pregnant. Nothing is impossible to God. So Mary is a model of faith for us. Hers is really an act of perfect faith. Because it is a personal act of faith, a free act of faith. It is a voluntary act of faith. It is a full act of faith. St. Francis had reflected much on Mary's motherhood. He sees her as the model of every Christian's life, saying that we are all children of the same Father. But all of us are also called to conceive and carry, beget the child of God. When we allow the Spirit of the Lord, the Holy Spirit, to unite us with Christ and cause us then to live a life that becomes a shining life, exemplary for others as well. In that way there, we say, we generate Christ today, for the people who need it most today.